he gonna end up looking like a turkey.
The polluters, the big companies, the commissioners who are hungry for money, they will continue to put their pollution, because things have pollution, in vulnerable areas where people don't have the money to fight against them. They've been disenfranchised over the years, so they place it in African American communities. They've been doing it for years in poor communities. So the environmental justice laws have to come into place to protect those individuals, to protect those families and homes and land.
Ready, go! Fired up! Ready, go! Fired up! Ready, go! Fired up! Ready, go! Whenever there is an increased threat to members of environmental justice communities, which are described as low-income communities, people of color communities, communities that are overburdened environmentally with toxins and pollutants, tribal areas or vulnerable communities, that there should be an environmental justice analysis, which includes a health impact study, economic impact study done.
I have COPD and lung disease now. I've actually had 3 mini strokes. Sometimes I have to actually be hooked up to a breathing machine and I have the inhalers, and sometimes when I'm out here, my eyes like a burn and turn blood red. So just my experience of me living here. And people might say, well, first thing they say, well, you have to prove it. But these are things that wasn't happening to me before.
This little town here of 46,000 people, most of them I know that ain't my family. And then all of them could be my family, I don't know. I'm concerned about more of my health because I keep having issues coming up and other people having issues. And then every time I look around, you got a kid a year old, you got older people using these asthma pumps. And this asthma, it's gotta be coming from some kind of pollution.
I just don't like the whole idea of big business as usual coming in and polluting a community. That's real serious to me because people could actually get sick and start dying from this.
Our community is already dealing with a lot of problems, and Enviva is only going to make it worse.
I'm concerned about the Enviva wood pellet facility because of documented evidence of what these wood pellet facilities do to the air quality. They increase the amount of particulate matter, which can get into the lungs and into the bloodstream, carried around the body, and have all different kinds of health impacts, from obesity and diabetes, neurological impacts, cardiovascular impacts, even fertility impacts.
No peace! No justice, no peace! No justice, no peace!
See, a lot of people in the community feel the same way, but they're afraid to speak up because in the past, a lot of the reaction and the continued suppression, where you feel like you have no power, but there are people there in the community that says enough is enough. And there are some citizens, especially those who are involved with concerned citizens in Richmond County, who are directly affected, where the plant is only a mile away from them. They heard nothing about it beforehand until Dogwood Alliance actually alerted us. And so when we looked at the facts, when we looked at this is going to be even more dumping on a community, than what we already have. We're already dealing with enough already. So that's the reason why they got up and say, hey, we have to fight this for our children. We have to fight this for the future. We have to fight this to save for our health.
I am just absolutely honored to be here today because this is the movement of a generation that is afoot right now in our country. It takes so much courage for people to stand up. It takes so much courage for the community to go against the grain, to challenge those in power, to challenge those with the money. But you're not alone.
It's about time somebody just stood up and did something and made these companies aware of the fact they just can't do what they want to do and that we do matter. And as you probably kind of know, we've been turned down by the commissioners in Richmond County to even allow us to even speak on what's going on around here.
I encourage communities to get involved, and it may just start with you. It may just start with one person. And I've just seen that's all it takes. Just one person getting started, one person said, okay, going to commissioners meeting, one person placing in the newspaper saying, I would like to have a meeting to organize on a particular issue, and then you start a movement right there in your local community.